Hi guys, welcome to Blender 5 for absolute beginners. Today we are going to be making this cool viral cube cutout effect. It's super easy and it does look super cool. If you stick around to the end, I'll show you how you can download this file for free along with other projects that I've done. So let's get into it. So here we are in Blender. We need to change a few things. First thing we're going to do is come up here to the one that looks like the back of a camera. Click on that. We're going to go from the Eevee engine to cycles because we're using glass. We're going to change it from CPU to GPU to make it quicker. And then we're going to go down here and change the viewport resolution to 500. And under the render, we're going to change that down to 1000, like that. We then need to go to the one that looks like a printer, this one here, and we're going to change this one, 1920 by 1080, we're going to make it 50%, and that'll just speed up our rendering. Right, let's edit our cube. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on our cube right here, click 3 on the keyboard to go to the side view, and what we're going to do is hit S and then scale it up like that. We're then going to hit 1 on the keyboard and we're going to hit S to scale and then X, and then what that does is it scales it just on this angle here. So go or as thin as or as fat as you wish. Somewhere like that is good for me. I'd like to round off those corners, and also because we're going to be creating a hole, we need a lot more geometry. So we need to go into the edit mode. The quick shortcut for that is tab. Don't know if you remember that from the last tutorial, or you can go up here and select edit mode just there. We're going to switch over to faces, which is this one here. We're going to hit A to select all, and then we're going to right click and hit subdivide. If you come down to the bottom left, you get this. Open that up and then just increase this value, and as you can see, it's increasing our subdivisions like that. I now want to round off the corners. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch into edge mode just here. Let's go 3. Make sure you've got X-ray mode on here. So go up to the top of the screen there, click that, and then that means we can see straight through the object. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select this edge here. And it didn't look like it selected it, but it actually had. And I need to do that for all 4 corners. So I'm going to hit 3 again, holding the shift key. Holding the shift key, I'm going to come over to this one, do it there. Again, holding the shift key there, holding the shift key there. And now if I rotate that round, you can see all 4 corners have been selected. Now to round them off, we need to use what's called a bevel tool. So if you come over here, it's this one here. If you hover over it, it'll tell you it's bevel. So we'll just click on that. Now if I pull this yellow thing, we get this, which is really cool. So we'll go to about there, and when I let go of it, this window, normally it comes in like that, but you can open it up, and then what you can do is go to segments just here and just increase that, and look at that, it rounds it all off, making it look very nice. What we'll do while we're in here as well is we're going to give it a material. I'm going to go back to the faces view, this one here. I'm going to hit A to select all. I'm going to come over to the right hand side, and if you go to the very bottom, you'll see this one here that says material. Just click on that. It's given us a material here as a default. Let's just change its name, and we'll give it a color. Let's give it a reddish, pinkish, something like that. And then remember to go up and hit assign just here, like so. Let's go back into the object mode. So if I go here and go object mode, you'll notice that it is not that reddish color we chosen. Remember, we need to go up to this menu here at the top of the screen and hit textured like that. Right, now we want all our bricks to be different colors, and that's quite easy to do. So make sure you've got your brick selected. Come up to this one here that says shading, click on that, and we get this window here. Right, the first thing we need to do is go into a blank area here and go Shift A, and we're looking for something called a color ramp. And it's this one just here. We're going to add that. I'm going to take the output from that color ramp and put it into the base color just here, and it's knocked out our color in the main screen. We're then going to go over to the color ramp. I'm going to pull this one all the way up like that. Now on this first one, if you click it, you'll notice the color comes in below. Just click on that color and just give it a color that you like. So we'll give it that. Then click on the black and give that a color that you like. You may need to raise it up here. So we've got that. Let's go to green. And then we're going to add a few more. And the way you do that is by clicking this plus sign just here. Then we'll just drag that down. Click on there. I like me oranges, so we'll add an orange. We'll add another one. I like a turquoise, so we'll add a turquoise to it. Now you'll see that our cube is only showing one color. It's not showing all these colors, and that is going to make sense in a minute. So I'm just going to move these over here like that. I'm going to go into a blank area and hit Shift A, and this time we're searching for something called an object info node, which is this one here. We need to drag that in like that and take the random just here and connect it into our factor like so. Right, let's go back to our layout by clicking here. The next thing we need to do is create a sphere, and that's super easy to do. We're going to go to the top menu here. We're going to go Shift A, and we're going to go Mesh, and we're going to go UV sphere like that. And if we zoom in, I'm just going to grab it and move it out. We're going to be using this as the cutting tool, so I need to add some more geometry to it. So I'm going to click on it, go in by hitting the tab key, go into the edit mode, A to select all, and then we're going to right click and say subdivide like that. Hit the tab key to go back to the edit mode, and we are done. So for this sphere to cut a hole in that, what we need to do is we need to add a modifier to this one here. And how we do that is click on it, come over to the right, go down, and you'll see this one here that says modifiers. Click on that. Come up here and it says add modifier, and we're looking for something called a boolean. I've used it before, it's this one here. We're going to add that. Now we can actually click here where it says object, and the sphere is right there. Now if I click on the sphere and then hit G to move and bring it closer, it's actually creating a hole, but because the sphere is actually, we can see the sphere, we can't really see the hole. So what we can do is we can actually go to this one, this orange button here that says object properties. We're going to click on that, go down to viewport display and change it from textured to wireframe like that. Now when I move it again by hitting G, what you'll see is we're creating the hole. How cool is that? Right, let's make more bricks, and the way we do that is we're going to go to the top menu like this. We're going to click on this brick, and then we're going to hit Shift D, then G, then X. And what I've done is I've duplicated it by hitting Shift D. G means to move it, grab it, and X means I'm only moving it in left and right. And the next thing you'll notice is it's come out pink. And the reason for that is in our shading editor just here, I've told it by using this random here to just randomly pick colors along this ramp just here. So that's why it's pink, which is a great way of creating surfaces without getting a headache. So we're going to create a few of those. So I'm going to go Shift D, G, and X. Shift D, G, and X, and do another one. Shift D, G, and X. And we'll do two more. Shift D, G, and X. And there we are, we have our cubes. What's cool about it is because we applied the modifier to this one and we've duplicated them, the modifier has actually gone to all of them. So if I grab this sphere, G to move, and then come through like that, you'll see that it's actually affecting all of them. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to animate this sphere going through the cube. So let's do that. So we're going to go 7. We're going to go down to our timeline just here and make sure we're right at the beginning. Let's just scale our sphere a little bit by hitting S, just scaling it a little bit like that. And what we'll do is we'll hit I for a keyframe. Then we'll go forward, say 60 frames. You could come here and type in 60 here. Then what we can do is move it in like that. If I click 1 side view or 0 to go through the camera, that's what the camera's seeing. So I'm happy with that. So I'll hit I to create a keyframe, and I'll go to frame 120. Again, move the sphere by hitting G. I'm going to move it here. I'm going to hit 1 on the keyboard. What I'll do is I'll move it down. Create a keyframe by hitting I. Now we're going to go through to frame 180 by clicking in here. Click back on the sphere. And then what we'll do is we'll go to the side view. We'll move that along like that. And actually what we'll do is we can actually scale it at the same time. So we'll make it really big like that. Hit I for a keyframe like so. And here's a little cheat for you. We'll go to the last frame by clicking this one here. And we can actually copy, I'm going to click back on the sphere, deselected it. We can actually copy its first frame right to the end, exactly like we copied the cube. So we're going to highlight this one, Shift D and then G, and then we can move it all the way to the end. And essentially what we're getting is an animation that cycles. Now, if we want to look at a frame of the animation, if we go to the right hand side, the sphere is actually showing and we don't want it to be shown. So if I click this one here and turn that off and then go up and hit render image, the shortcut is F12, but it interferes with my recording software. We can still see that even though I've turned it off in the viewport display, it's still rendering. And the reason for that is we need to turn this camera off here as well. So now if I go up and hit render image, you see our sphere is not there. Let's just go through. We can go to say like that, and then we can do render image again. Looking very, very cool. Right, let's add a floor. So we'll go to the top view, hit 7, Shift A, and we're going to add a plane like this. We're going to hit S to scale it, and instead of pulling it out like this, what we'll do is S and then just type in 20 like that, and it'll create a huge floor for us. Now the only problem that we have now is if I go to the side view, our floor is actually coming through our cubes and we don't want that. So hit G and then Z and just move it down like so. Now if I go up and hit render, we get that. Looking a bit dark, so let's make it brighter. And the way we do that is, one of the ways actually, is let's go to the world view, which is this one just here. See where it says world properties, click on that and change the color here all the way up to white. And let's do another render and see how that looks. Right, let's change the camera a little bit because I don't like the way the camera's looking at it. The camera is this square, and we can select it by coming into the right hand view and just clicking here. So what we're going to do, we've got the camera selected in the right hand side. We're going to hit G and move it up like that. Now if I go across and hit render now, get this. Now in the original one I made it look like glass, and it's actually quite easy to do, and we're going to do that right now. We're going to click on the first cube just here. We're going to go up to shading, and now what we're going to do is we're just going to lower these down. We're going to hit Shift A, search, and we're looking for glass PDF, which is this one. Now I cannot connect that into this surface because if I do, it'll get rid of the other surface. So somehow I need to be able to mix them. So what I'm going to do now is go Shift A, search, and we're looking for a mix. And the one we're after is the mix shader, which is this one here. So we're going to add that. Then I take this one from the glass, put it in the top. This one from the colors, put it in the bottom. And then I can take the output of that and put it into the surface like so. And if I hit render image, you'll see the glass has come through. Now we can actually affect how much glass is coming through quite simply by, if we go here under factor, if I increase that like that and then do that again, render image, you'll see it's less opaque. So what you can do is just play around with that and get to a point that you're actually happy with. Right, I'm going to do one more thing before we render it out. I'm going to go back into the layout view by clicking here. I'm going to go to the top view by hitting 7. I'm going to go Shift A, and we're going to go down and grab a light. This time we're going to go for an area light, which is that one there. We're going to scale it up. And if I go to the side view by hitting 3, you'll see our light is right on the ground. So let's move that up. So we're going to go G like that. We'll move it across like that. Go 7, G again to move it. And then if we go 3 again, you'll see it's pointing straight down. If you hit R to rotate, you can rotate it to it. Now if I go to the top view by hitting 7, it's pointing at the camera, so hit R again and then rotate it to our cube like so. We can then go down to the light just here and change its value. Let's give it a value of say 2000. Let's render an image and see what that looks like. Very cool. So now it's time to render this out. What we need to do before we render it, actually, let's hit 7 to go to the top view like that. I'm going to click on the floor. You'll see if I zoom out, it's turned orange there. I'm going to hit H to hide it. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom into our cubes and I'm just going to select them like that. Actually, let's hide this light. Just select that like that and hit H. And what we can do is select the cubes and then right click and hit Shade Smooth, and that will just give us a better look in the final render. So now if we go over to the right hand side, let's just check. That looks good to me. Now because we're using glass, I would recommend that you put the denoise on, because for some unknown reason glass can be very noisy. So make sure that's on, then go down to the one that looks like a printer, and I use 30 frames per second. I know some people use 24. I like 30 frames per second. Give it a name, give it an output location. I've called it Blender Thick Glass like that. And what you'll notice is its default is to render out as an image. I actually want this as a video. I'm going to go down there, click on video, then I'm going to go down to encoding, which is this one here. Now it actually defaults to H.264, which is that one there. And I'm not a fan of H.264. It doesn't allow as many colors as H.265, so I'm going to go with that. And I'm also going to change the color depth from 8 to 10 like so. And we are ready. All you need to do now is go up to the top left hand side, click the render button here and hit render animation. Now it's going to take some time to render this, so what I'm going to do is stop the video here and I'll come back to you afterwards. Now that took about an hour to render, but it's looking quite good to me. But here's a couple of things to know. If you don't like the colors of the cube, you can actually change them at any time. All you need to do is click on the cube, go up to shading, go down. I'm using middle mouse and shift to go down there. Then zoom in using the middle mouse, and you can at any point change the colors to something you like. Another thing you can do is, if you don't like the size of the cubes, you can also go in and change those at any time as well. So I can go to this front one here, go S, and then X, and then I can just make it thinner or fatter, whatever your preference is as well. I would also recommend playing around with the metallic on this one just here, changing the value of that and the roughness as well, to get the look that I got in this version here. Now, if you want to download this project, I'll leave a link to it in the description below. You will need to subscribe and put in your email address, but please note, I hate spam, so I won't be spamming you. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave a comment below. I do love reading them and I will get back to you. See you in the next one.